Are you ready?
Yeah.
Does it matter that you can hear the moan blow?
It does decrease the quality somewhat.
Did you really seriously say quality
Yeah.
about this?
Yeah.
Is there a place that you would like to be?
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah,
put us in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
wanna be in New
You want
Orleans.
to be in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
Can you put us in New Orleans? Is it not quite noisy then?
It's usually noisy,
Yeah.
but in the morning it's nice and quiet.
So New Orleans
Would you
and
think maybe some farmland where there might be some farm machinery in the background?
making that kind
Oh,
of
right.
mow and blow noise.
That's true.
Hey, maybe we should. Do they have mow and blowers in New Orleans?
Not really.
Alright, so we Okay, well anyway, we should start. You guys stop putting me off. Okay, so welcome ladies and gentlemen to another episode of 20 Minutes to Pick Up. I'm Lynn Ferguson and I'm your co-host. And if you've never watched this show before, then well done. And if you have watched this show before, then I'm sorry, because it isn't getting any better. But I am very excited about this week's co-host. He is friend, writer, best Thanksgiving chef in the whole of the world. Please welcome Kemp Powers.
Hello.
Woo! You see, that was good.
was
Did
very
you do
good.
the not acting there? Did you do the thing? Did you do the...
He was perfect.
Was he perfect?
I was perfect.
You were perfect.
I was perfect.
You love Kemp. Do you know, sometimes I have to say, this is true actually, ladies and gentlemen and creatures of the internet. Kemp and I are good friends and have been for quite a while now.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes I think that my husband loves you more than he loves me. If we were in an argument, no, I'm telling you, not in a sexy way. He doesn't love me in a
okay.
sexy way.
I love him in a sexy way.
You do?
I do.
You do?
You know my nickname for him?
What?
Sexy Tweddle. It's true.
I wish you could have seen the gasp there, ladies and gentlemen and creatures. He went, no, honestly, I think if you and I get into a really bad fight, see if you and I get into a really bad fight, which we probably
I can't
would,
see that really
No, we
happening,
would have an
though.
argument. I could see us having an argument.
Okay.
Not a personal one, but like you
Okay.
and I, we do like to bat things about, right?
Oh, sure, of
We
course.
Do, we do. We like discussions, me and Kemp. We do.
yeah.
It's not very LA though, is it?
No, it's not.
No, people get worried.
No, that's my one concern is if I'm ever over here and there's too many of your LA friends that I'm going to say something that offends everyone in the
My
room.
LA
You have a lot of LA friends. You have
I
a lot of
do
LA
have
friends.
a lot of LA friends.
Oh yeah, you do. There's a lot of juicing going on at the Lynn Ferguson compound. There's a lot of juicing going on.
Do you know, I'm so impressed that you think I have friends. I'm like, I have friends. I've waited my whole life. No, you and I, we like a good batter about of thoughts. And in fact, it's because of you that I ended up doing the moth. Do you
Yeah.
remember?
Yeah,
You were
you-
like,
Yeah, you had to do it. I mean, based on what I'd seen, I was like, you should go on over there and tell a story. I'm glad you took me up on it and did it.
see that he's
But
entire...
I didn't. You did it on your own. I mean, all I did was say, "Have you ever tried this?" And you went.
You didn't. Have you ever tried this? You have never said, have you ever tried this in your life?
I'm paraphrasing.
You're on
I
camera.
can paraphrase myself.
You're on
I
camera
can
now and
paraphrase
you're
myself.
pretending. You're
Whatever.
pretending.
I'm paraphrasing. It happens all the time.
Anyway, the point is I think if you and I got into a fight, which we probably wouldn't, more than a discussion, if we got into
A proper
you
fight. Okay, yeah.
I think he would be on your side.
I think so too.
You do?
Yeah.
It depends on what it's a fight over. I mean.
Well, Kemp is normally pretty considered. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? If he has...
Look at him considering.
That's what I'm saying. Look at
he's
me. I'm not-
considering. Right now he's considering.
He's a guy that looks stuff up and finds facts, and
Yeah.
you can be persuaded if you find
Yeah,
facts that
absolutely.
you didn't know.
Yeah, I'm not set in my ways. As a matter of fact, I love to be surprised.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I'm not trying. I'm not setting
Kind
out
of
to.
surprise. Do you like surprises where you open the door and people go party?
I
That
actually
kind of
don't like that. That'll get you
Yeah.
punched in the face.
Yeah, see? You see?
You know, I mean, or if it's late at night, or I'm in at home, it's really weird because everyone gets up and goes to the bathroom in the middle of the night these days. And the other
These
night,
days?
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think everyone's having
days?
bladder issues. But my son, I was at home and I was out for the evening, and my son was at home and with Shannon, and I told him to go to sleep at 9:30 exactly, and I got home at about 10:30. So I come in, Shannon's up, and I peep into his room, and he's asleep. And then I come into the living room, and I suddenly hear him get up, and I'm like, oh, he must have heard me enter his room, and he goes into the bathroom, and the door closes, and I say, well, okay, I'll go and say hi to him at least. So I wait till I hear the flushing sound, and I walk over to the bathroom door, and he opens it, and I'm not kidding. It was like, not only did he screamed and broke into tears. Like instantly. I've never seen someone cry so quickly. He went, oh! And I felt awful because he was borderline sleepwalking. And I think I terrified him. And I'm like, you know, my son's biracial, and to open the bathroom door and have this black guy like towering over you that you didn't even know was in the house, I felt kind of bad for the little goon.
And there's places that would get you shot. Actually.
Yeah, I know. I felt so bad. He was in tears. He like crumbled to the ground like he thought it was end of days.
You know, though, that middle of this night thing is because our youngest wanders about in the middle of the night, doesn't he? Like he's got stuff going on. There's times where I think we should lock his door because I think he would, you know, because he's a planner.
Oh, boy.
Youngest, he's got his stuff happening. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you don't really like that kind of surprises. You like an intellectual surprise.
I do. I love thinking that I was right about something and then being proven wrong.
You do?
I do.
You're weird. You're weird? Really?
Yeah, I do.
I
Like discovering that Donald Trump's a nice guy. Or something like that.
Right, yeah, that's not going to happen.
No, that's not going to happen, is it?
Yeah, no.
Bless him. You know.
I like learning about places and people and things that are just not what I expected. Like I've learned a lot from you guys. Just a couple of weeks ago, I discovered that Gordon Ramsay was Scottish. I had no idea.
How can you not know that he was Scottish?
How could I know that he was Scottish?
He sounds Scottish.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
His accent is completely different from you. Say, you fucking donkey, loud.
I am not saying that.
That's Gordon Ramsay's thing. When they fuck up the food, he always goes, "You fucking donkey." And
I am not saying that.
I don't hear it at all.
Somebody would take it out of context, but also
let me.
Yeah.
You fucking donkey.
Okay, maybe he is. Okay, he does sound a little Scottish when he's yelling. Okay.
No, but the thing is like in Scotland, even though it's a small country, there are different accents for different parts of the country. That's like saying all Americans sound the same. Like not all Americans sound like Donny Osmond.
No, it's not California though.
No, but at the same time, there's a reason why every English and Australian actor can do like a boilerplate American accent and it sounds American. So I think that there's.
Do you know why I think that is? Is because there's such a lot of American TV. So like people grow up with the accent, hearing the American accent all the time, or an American. So like people, like we grew up with like Chips and Starsky and Hutch and all that stuff, so you hear it, right? Or Friends even, like the sitcoms. But you're not getting, I mean the Scottish accents that you get in America are not, like Brigadoon.
Oh yeah, no, Groundskeeper Willie, yeah, I know. Well, is there a hierarchy of English language accents? Like is there an accepted hierarchy? Like of course the Queen's English from Britain, I'm assuming, is considered up here. But is the American accent considered, say, better than the Australian English accent? Like, where does Scotland fall? Is Scotland's accent considered more proper, better than Ireland? Like, is there a hierarchy of the English?
There's sort of a hierarchy, but it's not as simple as that.
Okay.
No, because like a rough Glasgow accent. It's not really gonna cut it, but I kind of
cut it with who though? Like cut it. This is.
What's a rough Glasgow accent? Is it like Robert Carlyle? Okay.
But Robert Carlyle. No, we're not. We're totally not. You know, like there's a thing. My friend Janie. I wonder if you can put that in there somewhere. But my friend Janie Godley, who's a Glaswegian, she did this thing about how Glaswegians can cuss without actually ever using any words or consonants. You know what I mean? That they just go, Do you know what I mean? Like, and you know what it means. You're like,
wow.
And then you know what it is. So that's maybe a kind of, no, I think maybe a lack of consonants might be a really rough.
I don't know, like Birmingham, you know, people from Birmingham, there's something about that accent that can annoy people. Or
Do you know though? I have
But
to
then I
say
think that's
no.
their problem, not the people from Birmingham.
Aye, it's people. It's the hearer, isn't it? It's like that Shakespearean thing of beauty being in the eye of the beholder. Or something. Was it Shakespeare that said that? You're a writer, you know that's.
I don't know.
Anyway, that guy with the beard and all
Yeah.
that was, you know. But like, I think it really is to do with who's listening. Do you know? Because also there's that thing. What Scottish people do get is we do get a lot of quaintness. You know, like it's quaint. You know, and remember that wedding that we went to? There was a wedding that we went to in Pacific. It was like some of the people were from Pacific Palisades. Like the bride's family were from Pacific Palisades and the groom's family were from Glasgow. And one of the members of the family, one of the elder members of the family was using quite a lot of expletives.
Oh, okay.
But he was Glaswegian, and so all these blonde, beautiful, nailed creatures from Pacific Palisades, I think that they thought he was saying like chakra and stuff like that. Like that the things that he was saying was adorable, when really he was saying stuff that would make Gordon Ramsay blush.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why was he being so profane?
Because he was
because
drunk
around
and he
gorgeous
was
women,
yeah.
He was really drunk,
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
and yeah.
He was
And there was
so
things he
he
would
was
like to
so
do.
yeah he was so drunk that it hadn't dawned on him that he was old and short, and people
Oh,
were
boy.
adoring him because they thought of him very much like a cute garden gnome, whereas he thought that he was a sex machine and was doing his best, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So
I
it
don't know.
didn't-
Did they seem like a gnome? More like a groundskeeper Willie, like a fun character? thought.
I don't think so. He was a teeny tiny man.
I'm not gonna
that
lie,
I'm
I love
heightist.
Groundskeeper Willie.
You do?
Yeah, there's one great episode of The Simpsons where the soccer episode. Did you ever see the one where they have the soccer game in Springfield, and it devolves into a riot, and Willie and his is like, they call this a riot. Let's show them a riot, boys. And there's like all these Scottish guys, and they pull out lead pipes and like start beating everyone. You never seen that episode?
We have to see.
I think
He's
we
like,
should.
he says, let's take him to school, and they all go, oi, and they all pull out
Did you
like.
do a Scottish accent?
Yeah.
No, that's
Do that again,
no,
do that again, do it
no.
again.
I can no, I'm not gonna do.
Hey, look, we should talk about. Have we talked for a while? We probably have, but we should talk about writing, because you write, don't you? Like
I
you
do.
You wrote a play that made him cry. Made him cry.
Yeah, that's right, you did.
He cried.
You got Did you?
He
You got
cried.
weepy?
He did get weepy.
I didn't see
You
that.
did get weepy. Yes, you
I
did.
don't think he got weepy.
He did get
I
weepy.
think I was.
He held it together.
He didn't.
Yeah, he held it together.
He didn't. Anyway, tell me about your play. Well, in fact, the first play is One Night in Miami.
Oh yeah, sure. That was the one
Was that
we
the very
did.
first play that you've written?
The first one that's gotten produced.
Right.
So yeah, I mean, other than short plays and things
Right.
like that. So yeah, my first
How
produced
short's
play.
a short play?
10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
10 minutes. Isn't that more a sketch?
Well, no, like you can have a beginning, a middle, and an end, and you know, it was always a short play festival, so I call it a short play. I guess you could call it a sketch. You're coming from that world, but
See, things
So-
you didn't know out there, creatures of the internet.
so
So it was your first full-length play?
they got produced, yes.
Yeah.
Yep, and it went well. I mean, we had a great run here in
You
Los
could
Angeles.
run that by me again. It went what?
Well,
It went well. What constitutes well for you, Powers?
what is that a trick question?
No, I'm just saying like it went well.
Was it generally sold out?
Yes.
Oh yeah, it sold out the whole run.
Did they extend the run because it was?
Oh, yeah, they
How
extended it
many
on the-
times did they extend it on?
I don't remember a lot.
Oh, like 3 or 4 times, wasn't
Sure.
it? 3 or 4 times. And has it been done anywhere else?
Oh yeah, we had a great run in Baltimore.
Yeah.
Fantastic, and we had another great run in Denver at the
Yeah.
Denver Center, and now it's
Alright.
being developed for a London production.
Yeah, there
So-
you go. So that's quite well.
Yeah, it's good.
Just quite well. That's quite well.
Yeah.
Can I ask you, what would well be? If that's quite well
What's
for your
okay?
first play, what's yeah? What's generically meh?
No,
like that,
I mean,
you know?
it did exceptionally well for a stage play in Los Angeles. Is that better? I mean, I don't.
Look at that.
Are you
You're embarrassing
No
me.
wonder
You're
he's
Scottish,
yeah.
you're like
You are
so-
so.
You're really embarrassing me with that.
So,
I sometimes it's true. I've said to him in the past that actually that although he may be a black guy from Brooklyn, underneath it all, he's like he wears a sweater vest and he's like Scottish, or he's from somewhere like Northamptonshire where everything he's just being like very conservative about things.
I don't like talking about myself. That's all.
Why? You're adorable.
Okay.
What would you like to do? I mean, you didn't start writing, did you? Or did you start writing? Is that what you did? How did you start? Because I know you as like Kemp that we hang out with and we did the stories together and then we had some discussion and then I ended up doing The Moth. That's what I know, right?
I started as a journalist. I mean, I was a journalist for 20 years. So, yeah, until when we first met, I was still a journalist. It was all my other stuff, my storytelling and my playwriting were kind of my hobby on the side. So journalism is kind of what brought me into writing and what sustained me for most of my adult life. And the journalism business kind of started shrinking, and I just decided to I've always wanted to write more creatively, and never saw it as something that was feasible. And so I was like, you know what? You live in a creative place, now or never. Kind of take the dive in and see if I can sustain myself with it.
You've always been creative, though, haven't you? I mean, you're always making stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I've always tried. I'm entrepreneurial. I really like to create original things and kind of do things outside the box, outside of the main group.
Scare your son outside the bathroom.
Yeah.
The best scare that you can do.
I wish I did have a camera rolling, though, because I can't even replicate that face that he did. And it's just, he's 11 now, so he's developed his more adult manly shape, as you both know. Your kids, they go from this time when they're cherubic, you know what I mean, like little babies, and all of a sudden they get lean and kind of like their skin starts getting bad, and you're just like, oh gross, no. You're like a little adult now. Yeah, like they're
smell, man.
Like, did you brush your teeth? Brush them again. And that throws me a little bit, because I just remember there with both of my kids, I just love that time when they didn't pronounce words properly. Like Mingus's word was cauliflower, and he'd always call it cauliflower. Oh. And I would like, do you want to eat this? And he'd be like, yeah, cauliflower. And I would just love that. And here he is, like, pissing himself and looks like a drunk in the bathroom, crying on the floor like he had a bad night out at the bar. But whatever. I'll get used to it.
Where did
Sorry, I digress.
Because you grew up in Brooklyn, right?
I did indeed.
Which
Brooklyn.
is very different from growing up here. Is that why you have this kind of this resistance towards the juicing thing that goes on in Tweddle Tower sometimes?
No, I don't have a resistance towards it. It's just it's just very much like, if you have like a stereotype of what Los Angeles looks like, there are certain things that you see, and I'm just saying, not you, but I often see those things pass through your house.
Oh, you do? in an adorable way. Adorable way.
And it's fine. Like most of, look, stop laughing at me. The thing is, most of the people, present company not included, most of the people I hang around with and talk to everyone is kind of in a different field. A lot of my friends, everything from a journalist to an artist to pharmacist to designers. And so I'm not accustomed to being in environments where there's a lot of people from the entertainment industry.
Right.
That just never happens to me. That's actually, I think, how I've been happy in Los Angeles for 13 years, is because they're like, well, what's the secret to not getting burnt out on it? And I'm like, well, I don't know anything. I just kind of, it's not about what you do, it's who you are.
Well, you say you don't know a lot of people in the entertainment industry, but you've been Mr. Rogue Machine. You've set up a whole load of theatre.
But I mean, when I'm kind of like just kicking back and having a beer, my first thought isn't like, let me get a big group of actors together or it's who are people like lovely Mr. Tweddle over there. It's just like, who are people that I like?
I love him.
Who are people? I just like being around people I can have fun conversations with, and I'm just it's rare outside of work related things that I'm ever in an environment where there's a lot of people in the entertainment industry around. So that's why it's not meant to be a pejorative, and I'm not trying to. It's just, this is one of the few places where I'm casually, where I enjoy myself and have a good time, where there also are a lot of entertainment people. And I do screenwriting, and it's like, I get it. I'm just like, I give you the story, and then I let the other people worry about what they do with that story. And then I go back to my hole. I like my hole. My hole is warm. It's moist. I love my hole.
There's some things I don't want to know. Some things I don't.
I keep it dark.
Do you know, it's one of the things that I really like though about because we have quite a lot of gatherings.
Yes, we do.
We have quite a lot of gatherings, and But Lynn, like when we have a gathering here as well, like because I like that we do brunch. That's the way we do things. So we do a
brunch is our
Sunday
big thing.
brunch, and then we do the brunch thing, and then we do that, and then we whatever. But like we have quite a lot of these big gatherings, and I like sometimes seeing people from two completely different worlds clash. Well, not clash, but like the meeting of completely different humans is fascinating.
It is fascinating. And that's why it's always a good time coming over here.
You're such a liar.
No, it is!
That's why he only ever comes for a brunch, because he's frightened.
No, I'm frightened. Now, you know I'm not frightened of
You're
anything.
frightened. You are so
frightened of what?
You're as frightened as a 10-year-old opening
Frightened
a
of what?
bathroom door.
Oh
You're
yeah, that dude,
totally
from that
frightened.
70s show is gonna hurt me.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I'm frightened of running into Kurtwood Smith. Get the fuck out of
like
here.
Kurtwood?
I love him. I love
You
his.
like Kurtwood Smith?
Well, I'm saying I never met him. I'm just saying.
Oh, well,
I know
see,
he
you
frequents
see.
these premises.
Yeah.
I'm actually a big fan. He's a gamer.
A gamer?
He plays video games.
Does he really?
At least he did. I encountered him once many years ago when I was still a journalist covering video games, and I was like, why is the guy from that 70s show at the game conference? And it was like, it turns out I don't know if he still is, but I
didn't
heard he
know
was.
that. I'm
So
gonna,
the next time you should ask him if he's a gamer.
Hey,
and
you
what
know
games
what?
he plays.
Kurtwood has a show out on Amazon. I think it's called
Oh, that's pretty
Patriot.
good,
Is
yeah.
it called
Patriot,
Patriot?
I think it's called.
Patriot. So if you love Kurtwood Smith, or if you adore us, or even if you just quite like us, watch Patriot because it's all that, and give feedback.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
that-
Wait, which show? What network is it on?
It's just on
Amazon.
Oh,
It's
okay.
one of those
And you know how
pilot
they do
things.
the pilots and then people have to
Sure, and they vote on it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Vote through.
So is it up now?
So it's
Yeah.
up now, yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. He's a great actor, Kurtwood Smith.
Oh, I love him. That's what
Yeah.
I mean. He's like a fabulous actor. It stinks the way it is right now because there's so many networks and so much content coming out that I feel like I'm missing shows that if I just saw them,
Yeah.
they would really like connect to me. But there's just too much. Like the Amazon shows, I've seen like one of them,
Yeah.
and they've had like dozens of shows out by now, haven't they? And I can't keep up with all of it. I just can't do it. So
Anyway, look,
thanks for
that's
the
20
recommendation.
minutes.
That's 20 minutes.
20
Oh,
minutes.
Okay, well.
So you're staying for? Oh man, I've got to go to the dentist. Can you believe this? It's like 20 minutes till I have to go to the dentist. But you've been adorable, and you'll come back.
Of course.
You'll come back.
Anytime.
Will
If
you
you'll
come
have me
back?
back, if I haven't offended
Oh,
you.
Mark will have you back. Mark will have you back in a sec. Hey, can I ask you a question just
Sure.
before we close?
Sure.
You see, if Mark and I had an argument, right? If Mark and I had an argument that was irreparable, it could happen. Who would you choose?
That is not a fair question.
It is.
That is-
Especially 'cause
I choose you both because I just make sure I never had you two in a room at the same time.
Like one of those parties that
Yeah.
you don't come to here.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like I'm being judged here. I feel the judgment.
You are.
I feel the
You're
gaze of judgment coming at me.
judging you.
Man.
All right, it's 20 minutes. Well, this has been Kent Powers. See you
Hello.
goodbye.
Now you see why I'm not on camera all the time.
Oh, so if you want to ask a question, I can't guarantee we'll answer it, but I'll try. You could tweet me a question at Lynn Fairgate, or you can make a comment if you're watching this on the video. And oh, you know what would be awesome? Can you share this? Thanks. All right. Mwah. See you later.